Hey friends, join me live tonight. It's Saturday night, and we're in a new year, and I'm going to be talking about some immigration news. For those of you who are new to me, welcome to my channel. Welcome to this live session. I'm attorney Latoya McBean Pompey, an immigration lawyer in New York, working with folks all over the world on immigration issues. Contact us at McBean Law to see how we might be able to assist you. And as you get on tonight, say hello and let me know where you're joining me from. I wish you guys a wonderful, wonderful new year, and I look forward to what this new year brings for all of us. Okay, so let's get into it. And by the way, if you're watching this on the replay, subscribe to my channel on McBean Immigration TV on YouTube and hit the notification bell before you go. All right, so who is on tonight? It's nice to see some of you folks are joining. Thank you so much for being with me tonight. Joanne, Elf, L, nice to have you. Belinda, thank you so much for being with me from Brooklyn. Okay, so let's talk about some things, some good news and some other issues. In this one, friends, you may have heard about some of these things. They happened during the holiday, and so we're going to get caught up on some of the things that has happened over the past couple of weeks with immigration. We're going to talk about some very exciting news for healthcare workers who are now able to expedite their employment authorization document, otherwise known as the EAD. They're able to expedite it. We're going to also talk about the growing backlog at USCIS, which is a huge problem for up to about 9 million people. Afghans who have been denied of humanitarian parole. And then we're also going to talk about immigration reform because there are some things that has happened, I should say, over the past couple of days that I want to share with you guys. So those are the things that we're going to talk about tonight. So let me just go into my presentation here, or my summary. Firstly, friends, good news for healthcare workers. Let's see, USCIS announced that if you're a healthcare worker and you have a pending I-765 application for employment authorization, or the EAD, if you have this pending application, you could actually contact them to expedite it, okay? And this is for those whose EAD is expiring within 30 days or less, or has already expired. If that's you, you should contact USCIS at 1-800-375-5283 at the contact center to request the expedited processing of your EAD. And it has to be based on the fact that you're a healthcare worker. Now, they may ask you for evidence related to your employment in order for them to approve you of that, okay? Okay, now, again, contact them so that you can get your EAD expedited. Friends, the backlog at USCIS is just, it's growing, okay? It's growing. According to a report that USCIS published, or sent to Congress, I should say, USCIS added about 631 cases to the backlog, resulting in 3.1 million in net backlog status. But here's the thing, there are a lot of numbers. There's numbers related to cases that are pending, cases that have been approved and pending, folks who are just waitlisted. There are a lot of numbers out there. But the biggest thing that, the biggest number really is the 9 million. About 9 million people are sitting there waiting for their cases to be adjudicated, and the backlog is basically growing. And so this is a huge problem. And the numbers that we have are numbers going ending fiscal year 2020. The backlog was at 3.1 million cases, but actually 6.1 million actual pending cases. And again, like I said, the numbers are a little confusing because on the one hand, Cato Institute is reporting that there are 9 million people, right, on both the employment and family side that are caught up in this backlog. So it really depends on the methodology. And of course, USCIS, is presenting its information to Congress in a way that, obviously doesn't make it look too bad, right? Okay, and I'll just leave it at that. But the bottom line is that there's a significant number of people in the backlog, and USCIS need to be held accountable for that. Next, friends, humanitarian parole for Afghans. 35,000 applications were submitted by Afghans seeking humanitarian parole or entry into the United States based on the crisis that's happening in Afghanistan. And USCIS has denied 470 applications so far and conditionally approved more than 140. This is an issue, guys. This is a problem. Lawyers are incredibly concerned about this because the decision letter that USCIS has sent to folks seem to suggest that they now have a stronger or a higher standard for determining humanitarian parole. And so we're expecting more people to be denied, more Afghans to be denied based on the new standard. All right, lastly, friends, Capitol Hill. What's going on Capitol Hill with respect to immigration reform? When we last left off in 2021, I almost forgot what year we just came out of. In 2021, I ended with some really hard, devastating news that the Senate parliamentarian had rejected Plan C. And then shortly thereafter, Senator Manchin came out and said he's not going to support BBB, the Build Back Better Act, which is the reconciliation package. So then Congress went on recess, and this is really their first week back. And so it was very slow. Nothing was really happening on Capitol Hill. There's no Plan D that has been announced yet, but what is happening is this, friends. Some Democrats are pushing Senator Manchin for a slimmer reconciliation package. And advocates are trying to ensure that immigration is included in that slimmer package. Manchin, on the other hand, is saying, well, I have not talked to the White House recently about anything. We haven't really been in talks. But if a deal happens, some Democrats may push for a vote to disregard the parliamentarian and include one of the earlier immigration plans that she had rejected. And this is according to Bloomberg government. That's the source here. According to Bloomberg government, some Democrats are pushing to disregard the Senate parliamentarian altogether. And so that's one thing to keep in mind. The other thing to keep in mind is that advocates or advocacy groups are still working. It was a bit quiet earlier in the week, but they're working. And according to Bloomberg government, they are crafting new language to try to pass muster with the Senate rules official. Okay, so they're working on new language that would meet some of the Senate rules. And the article goes on to say that those efforts are tentative for now. As Democratic leaders assess how to move forward on the package and turn their attention to voting rights legislation in the meantime. The fate of separate provisions that address backlogs in the legal immigration system also remains to be seen, according to Bloomberg government. They also say that a House Democratic aide said the White House and leaders in both chambers are consulting with key House lawmakers on how to advance immigration. So this is the latest from what I can gather, as I read into what's going on there and what the reporters are saying. They're now starting to talk again. New language is being crafted by the advocacy community. Then there's this little push to have a vote at some point to bypass the Senate parliamentarian. And I did report out to you guys a few weeks ago that some Senate Democratic leaders were supporting that idea. So, is immigration reform completely dead? I don't know yet, okay? I don't know yet. Like all of you, let me jump back on here. Like all of you, I'm also watching, reading, praying, and seeing what's going to happen with all of this. But that's the latest. And so if they're successful, guys, with having some sort of slimmer reconciliation package, who knows? Manchin may jump on board. He may support it, and they may inject something around immigration. So it's going to be a long month, right, of January, watching all of these events. But in any event, that's what's going on. Those are the latest things that I thought I'd share with you just to kind of get caught up, because it's been a couple of weeks since we talked about immigration news. Guys, thanks so much for being with me tonight. It's Saturday night, and we just survived a nice little snowstorm here in New York. I hope you guys are staying warm wherever you are. Again, guys, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, and obviously I'm on Facebook now, turn on your notifications so that you'll get notice of my videos, my posts, and what we're doing at the law office. If you need immigration assistance, reach out to us at McBeanLaw.com or call or text us at 516-866-3900 for a consultation. It's really nice to be with you guys again, and I see a lot of folks in the comments. I'll be in the comments shortly after tonight's broadcast. And guys, thanks so much. Also, on Instagram tomorrow, Sunday night, I will open up Q&A. My Q&A will be opened up tomorrow night in my Instagram story. That's where you'll be able to add your question. And so as I go through the questions, I usually do like a little video reply or response. So be sure to follow me on Instagram and get into my stories so that you could ask your immigration question there. Guys, thanks so much for being with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.